Hi everybody, it's Andrew from Launch 27, and in this video, I'm going to give a quick demo on some enhancements that we made to our team availability scheduling mode. So the team availability mode lets you set your booking availability based on how many teams you have available at any given time. So here I am on my booking availability page, aka my spot settings, daily settings page. And you can see here that I have two teams available for every spot in my calendar. And if you click on it, you can see that, hey, here they are. And what we found is that sometimes our users like to assign, they like to have teams in the system that don't actually really do the work. For example, it might be a supervisor or some sort of trainee that is shadowing the more experienced teams. And so they don't want those people to be included when they talk about how many teams I have available. So for example, let's say team A really shouldn't be available, and even though they're in the system that says that they're available here, we don't want to consider them for when it's time to assign cleaners to jobs or whatever workers you have to jobs. So the way you can do that is if you go to your team availability page, it's under the people menu here, click on team availability, and you'll see that you can change the availability for either of your teams. And to exclude them from the schedule, you want to click on this button that says change availability and choose exclude from schedule. It will explain what will happen. They will be excluded from the availability schedule and will not count towards your number of available spots. So just agree. And you'll see here that we have a little warning label that says they're not included on the schedule, that they're excluded. And so if you go back to your daily settings, you will see now that instead of two, I have one team available. And when you click on that, you can see that, hey, team A is excluded, but team D is still here. And so when people book, they're only going to be able to book, I guess, really just one spot at a time. So your availability is now down to one spot or one team per time slot. And if you want to add them back, you just go back to the previous page. Say add to schedule. Team A will be added back to your availability schedule and will count towards your number of available spots. So click OK to save your changes. Now you see that little label is gone. And if you go back to your spots, you see that now I am back at two teams available. And so that's one of the changes we made. Another change we made was when you're in the manual spots mode, which is what your default is when you first sign up for your account, you were able to completely lock down a spot so that nobody could book into here no matter how many spots you have available. And we didn't have that in the team availability mode until somebody requested it. And the reason is there's still times, even though you technically do have teams available here, you kind of want to just override that and just say, hey, I don't want nobody to book anymore. So in order to do that now, you just click on this gears icon and say prevent new bookings. And then you want to save your changes. And now nobody will be able to book into this spot. And to open the spot back up again, you can click on the lock. You'll see now that it's gone. And if you save changes, now it's back to normal. And the last change we did was we added a way for you to manually override how many teams you actually have available. And it works a lot similar to how the manual spots mode works, where you can just change to increase or decrease however many spots you have available. So it's pretty much the same thing. And the way you can do that is if you click on the gear icon and choose switch to manual spots, you'll see now that you have these controls to increase it. So if I want to change it to be, I'll have 4 spots instead of 2, and save changes. And now you can refresh it if you want, and you can see that, hey, I have 4 in this particular time. And if I ever wanted to change it back to team availability mode, just click on that. Now you see that it changed back, and just click save, and there you go. And so hopefully these changes make the team availability mode more flexible for everybody out there to use. And if you have any questions on how it works or suggestions for improvement, please let us know at support@launch27.com. Thanks.